And I woke up about 5:45 this morning, and got out and took a walk.
You what?
I know, I know. I'm
Exercise?
so ashamed. It's not, I wouldn't tell just anybody this.
I'm back. All right. Feel the magic.
Okay, Johnson.
Ha! Look. Harry, hi.
Hey, are we on?
What? Yeah.
Oh well. Hey, cheers. Clink.
Clink, crash, bash.
Clink. Yeah. You know, it's amazing, folks. Of course, we do this all for you, but Kurt and I, how many miles separate us? Do you think? 20, 30?
Probably 20, 30, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But we can clink cups like we're sitting in the Susanna Cafe across the table from each other.
This is the 21st century. We're able to do that. We don't have to be in the Santa Susana Cafe, but we could do that in
But
the Santa Susana Cafe if we wanted to.
in general, that's where I would prefer to be,
That's
because
right.
then somebody else could cook me something
You
instead
know,
of me
it,
walking
it,
to the freezer and then the microwave.
hey
Oh,
Linda, yay! You know,
it's all 30 of our fans.
if you're sitting in these old Susanna Cafe and you see Harry and me going like this several times in the morning, don't be alarmed. It's just what we do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, should we start? Let's get this over with. We need
Uh,
subscriptions. We need subscribers. We have
yeah.
40. We've broken another barrier. We have the 40 subscriber mark.
That's only 960. We're closing in on
960.
the
We're
magic
closing in.
1,000.
Here it comes. I can feel it.
Yeah, and you were telling me earlier you saw an accomplished veteran of YouTube
Yeah.
influencing, and he said the magic number is 1,000. Then we start to make the big bucks.
Yeah.
So, folks, I,
Come on.
I'm through hitting and being polite. Would you go out there and subscribe, please? I've got to put electricity in the car.
That people think that doing what we do is free, but it's not. It's.
No,
I'll think of some expenses in just a minute.
I've got one. Man,
Oh yeah,
right
coffee.
now we have to buy our own merch, folks.
When we
It is
started doing this, we were using film, so that was film, chemicals, all this stuff. Oh, we don't do
you
that
know
anymore, but
I honestly I thought when we started up the Snap It Brothers, it meant free Snap It Brothers merch. All we had, all we had to do was write the Snap It Brothers, and they'd send us merch. But we're the Snap It Brothers, so
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Please subscribe and support the channel because we have to buy more Snap It Brothers merch for ourselves.
yeah.
All right. So what happened Wednesday? We got up. We went to the old Susanna Cafe just down the road from the Santa Susana Train Depot, which
Yeah.
is it's a museum now, but it used to be an operating train depot right off the railroad there, and it wasn't open when we were there, but
I mean,
just a real
it
cute
doesn't make
place.
any difference.
Say again?
It doesn't make any difference.
No, it doesn't make it not to us.
Yeah.
So we took some pictures. Maybe you'd like to see them. Oh,
Whoa.
this was at the Santa Susana Cafe. Actually, Harry got started before I was even ready, but we're going to try something a little different today. Harry sent me a whole bunch of pictures. He said he couldn't decide if he liked them in black and white or in color. So we're going to look at both of them. This would be, I guess, the color version.
unless my eyes have gone awfully bad. Yes, this is the color version.
And there's the black and white.
I must say, what struck me about this was we live in a society where you have to chain an antique wagon to a lamppost. Yeah, no more hitching posts where you leave your horse outside.
Yeah.
You go into the Santa Susana Cafe. Now you have to chain everything or nail it down
And the
or
fact that
lock all the doors.
the fact that somebody would either try to steal that buckboard or try to steal the lamppost.
I was worried about the lamppost.
All right, there's the scenic view. Lots of texture there for black and white. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
Look at
think?
that.
Which one? Both of these are good. They both stand on their own.
Yeah, this is why I sent the whole kit and caboodle. I really, I like it in color, but I also like it in black and white.
Well, yeah, I see what you mean. Now here, you've got structure and lines and all that stuff that you would look for in a black and white photo. But gosh, the colors on Wednesday were just great. The beautiful sky and the bushes and all the colors just blend together so well. Yeah,
It doesn't look as hot as it is.
it was humid too. It was only 91 or 2.
Yeah, I mean that looks like a very temperate day.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was muggy. All right, there's.
And yeah, I like that, and then I like there's a black and white version
There's
too.
the black
Sure.
and white. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna lean towards the black and white on this one.
I was just thinking the same thing because it looks more venerable, I guess. Looks more like the antique it is.
Well, this one, it's a picture of a sign. And this one, you start to look at the texture of the wood. You look at the reflections, the shadows of the leaves. Even the bolts on the stand there kind of stand out a little more.
Yeah.
There's more to look at here. This is a nice stand back and look at it, kind of a wash. And this is more of a detailed, draws your attention to the details. Yes, Linda.
Yeah, thank you, Linda. I have to say, I'm really very influenced by Ansel Adams and Edward Weston and that whole group of black and white photographers. So if I see something that looks like it belongs in that California view camera category, I automatically start to think of it as more appropriately black and white.
Mm-hmm. I happened to see part of a old rawhide fanning the dial yesterday. The old TV show shot in black and white. And, thank heavens, all these old TV shows have been remastered that they look like they were made yesterday with today's technology. And the quality of the print is just so cool. But what I'm trying to say is, when you see these, you always appreciate the good lighting in those old black and white movies and TV shows. But now that the visual image is up to date and everything, you just really, all the lighting, every frame looks like a picture. Yeah. Even on a little show like Rawhide,
Are they still in black and white, or have they been colored?
No, they're black and white, but they're just beautiful. They look great. And maybe if somebody is a railroad fan, they can tell us what these. I think you mentioned that they were probably some sort of message delivery system, Harry. And I think you're on the right track, but I don't know exactly how they work.
I don't either. I have no clue. I wonder if those. I'm not sure why the color image is a little closer. I don't think it's two different images.
Maybe you bumped your Zoom ring.
Right.
Oh. Yeah.
And truth be told, I was trying to get the operator in sharp focus. I probably should have put the camera on manual focus and focused on him.
Yeah. I just, if you watch the On the Loose video, the companion piece to this, I discovered on my camera, when I got the camera, I found this out, but what I discovered was when you go to manual focus, you get a focus assist feature called Zebras, where it shows you what's in focus and what's not in focus real easily. And with my eyes, I need to know real easily. But boy, that turned out to be real fun. I ended up manual focusing half the day once I found out about it.
By the way, maybe we talked about this while we're out and around, but I trust the autofocus on the camera anymore more than I trust my own eye
Oh,
because
yeah.
I get up close to the eyepiece and I'm not always sure whether my manual focusing has been effective.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, relatively speaking, the thing I'm trying to focus on manually is more in focus than the other things, but that doesn't mean when I see it in focus.
Yeah.
So I'm depending in my senior years on autofocus.
When we started our YouTube journey over there way back in the Kurtz camera days, we were
Yeah,
using film cameras, and a lot of these old film cameras don't have any help with focus or exposure or anything. And I found myself shooting, f8, f11, f16 just to make sure I had a wide depth of field.
right.
Didn't get everything in focus. I was scared to death of anything less than f4. There we go. Now this one for me is a
Yeah,
clear cut winner. Although, gosh, I gotta say the color's kind of neat too, but they're
yeah,
different.
yeah. I mean, I jumped a little bit when I saw the black and white, so I think that's my preference. But I agree. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, wow, that has some character.
yeah, that's custom made.
Yeah. And I maybe I told you, or I was thinking of it while I was editing the photographs, that there's something in these antiquated, sort of beat up luggage. We I guess you call it baggage. You say people have baggage, and
Yeah,
this strikes me as fitting into that kind of observation. There's some baggage. It's a little on the beat up side.
yeah,
It still has character, but
and
I
it's
mean,
not
nobody.
new. It's
No,
not new.
yeah, nobody. I wouldn't bother taking pictures of new suitcases.
Heck no.
I mean, that's unblemished. There's no character to it. But these
Just
really
like
have some
emotional
character.
baggage.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. You get too much emotional baggage, it's not character
Yeah, then
anymore.
it's no fun at all.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Bob likes the black and whites.
Hey, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah.
So far, so
Guess who's treating today at the American Legion Hall?
oh right.
And I don't mean me.
So far, the black and whites have gotten a yes on all of them, and the color ones have gotten a pass on one or two, as I recall. Should have kept score,
Yeah.
but every one of the black and whites is a winner.
Let's start the program again.
Okay, here we go.
Keep score.
Clink.
Now, this just struck me as a mighty surreal kind of image.
Yeah,
Just because, like, what is that about? It's like his master's voice. Isn't that a Dalmatian in the RCA?
yeah. Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
think
So
so.
it looks like his master's voice dog wondering, so where is his voice? Who is that creep next to me? What am I doing
I'm
in this
looking at this
truck?
goofy looking guy driving the car, and the dog's going, What the?
Yeah. Would
How
you
did
quit messing with your phone?
how did I get in the car with this guy?
Yeah, right. Help, SPCA.
If only I had hands and I could work the car door opener.
Yeah. There's a reason they started putting door openers on the passenger side. For the animals trapped with weirdos. I think
I
that's another one.
the
I
color
caught
might have
you.
the edge for this one, but
Yeah,
again, they stand on two separate
yeah,
pedestals. This was a good time of day for this kind of stuff.
yeah. Right. It really brings out the baggageness of the baggage.
Yeah, I like the texture on that old. Oh yeah, Linda likes the color on that one. Linda tends to like the colored pictures.
These are so elegant. We could call them bagage instead of just Plain old ordinary baggage.
Note the colorful bagage.
Yeah, right. Same with people who have baggage.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I love your bagage.
Oh, look at that. There's a timestamp
Where?
right there. They got the old wagon and the luggage.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I think the colors, the black and white's got this one too.
Yeah.
Although I tend to think that the color pictures that I like are vivid colors, probably even more than some people. I like I like a nice, bright, colorful picture, and although this has a lot of textures and tones, my
Mhm.
preference would be, and I wouldn't fit this picture actually. So I'm going back to black and white on this one. What say you, Harry?
Uh, I don't know. It's about equal for me.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard to choose on this one.
Although the colors are pretty subtle in this,
Yeah,
so maybe I prefer the cuddle sellers.
yeah, yeah. The more I look at it, the more I like the color one too. But again, separately.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Doomby
This
doomby boomby doomby 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 woo.
I think I remember when I saw this, I thought, okay, that's a classic. And I mean, I say that's a classic just because I've been educated by looking at lots of pictures
Yeah.
to see classicism wherever I can,
Well,
whenever I can.
look at the symmetry there.
Yeah,
Come on.
a lot of dead people in that symmetry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bob. Now I guess I have to treat, don't I? I like the black and white. Well, I like both.
I don't know.
The color has some subtlety that
Yeah.
the black and white doesn't.
I think the color
Especially
on the
that. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say the color on the wagon really sells it.
Yeah,
It somehow looks vintage. It's a vintage color. I don't know if you can
yeah,
have
yeah.
that sort of thing.
And the color brings out some of the contrasting lines, like
That's
that
right.
reddish thing to just to the upper right of the wheel,
Mm-hmm.
and the green cylinder on the upper left. Those aren't as striking in the
Yeah,
black and white.
just as we were noticing on the Santa Susana sign that you took,
Yeah,
the black and white was bringing out the detail. I think the color one here brings out more detail.
yeah, yeah.
Bob
Huh.
likes color. Yeah,
Well, I trust Bob's eye too because
yeah,
he's a real artist.
yeah. No kidding. Yep, going with color myself on this one. Color. Sound like an optometrist. Number one, number two. Oh, come on, get going
I think. Well, I don't know, but I like the optometry
here.
analogy.
Yeah. I'm gonna go black and white on this. It's got all the features you look for in a good black and white picture. The lines, although the color one's almost black and white,
Yeah.
so too close to call here on this one again. Hmm.
Think I like this one better as a black and white.
Yeah. Yeah. Still, it's difficult.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to like this one better as a black and white.
Definitely black and white on this one.
Yeah.
This is really cool. And again, this one's almost black and white, so why not?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Look at that. The textures and the layers. That's really great.
Now I think the black and white brings out the stains on that one wall,
Uh huh. Yeah,
but
they
a little
jump.
better than the color does. Yeah.
Linda,
Oops.
really? Color? Is she a picture behind? You know, the latency on these.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out more later.
Yeah. You can always go in the other room and ask her.
Hey, Linda.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
this one's going to be hard. Oh, where's the?
I
Oh,
don't
you
think
didn't
there's
send it. Oh, you didn't send
no.
one. Okay.
I think I only did a color version of this because that brought out those
Yeah, this is this
that
this
water dripping, or it's
color would.
something
Yeah,
coming out of the rocks.
mineral stains or something. Salt.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this one. I'm sure the color would have easily been the winner in this one.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Where color would have easily been the winner, I didn't even bother with the black and white.
Yeah, there you go. Uh,
I think the elements of the image are so simple to begin with that black and white
yeah.
makes it more striking.
Well, you see the wood and the rust on the rails and stuff. Now
Yeah.
those tracks are used. You would think they would be like shiny on top or something.
Uh, or
Yeah.
are those the tracks that are actually in use, or are
Oh,
those historical tracks?
oh, you know what? You're right. We couldn't have gotten this close to the real tracks.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
This has to be color
absolutely. Yeah, there's no black and white.
because it's all about the red for the fire.
Yeah,
And the only thing that strikes me as a little odd is you're not going to put out much of a fire
not
with
much.
that one bucket. So you better get it early.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, the other thought is you turn on that nozzle with the bucket down there and fire comes out of the nozzle so you can
So if you need a fire,
if you
that's where
need fire, that's where you get it. Just turn the nozzle.
that's for the hobos who need to
Oh
cook
yeah.
their meals.
Railroad residue.
Yeah, it's the accessory yard
Yeah.
for the railroad. And I included that picture. I'm not sure I find it that interesting. Finally,
Well, let's move on.
yeah. Was
This
there
looks
a
like
black one of this?
oh
I
yeah.
think yeah, there was.
This looks like wall art.
Yeah,
Looks like something somebody would have over their fireplace.
yeah. I try not to shop there.
So these, I guess, are tools that they use to repair and replace railroad tracks.
Yeah, yeah. It's. I suppose none of these tools are in use, even in new versions, because they have higher tech ways of doing their repairs. But
Probably, but
this,
I stumbled across a YouTube video where this train crew was out fixing rails, and man, they were slugging it out with tools very similar to this.
uh,
Now, that's an interesting sign. I'm only known the meaning probably only known to railroaders.
yeah.
Attend to the derailing switch. So when that sign is red, somebody needs to do something to the derailing switch. Huh. And again, yeah, well, this was obviously the color.
Yeah, I tried a black and white version of that, and it was pretty blah.
Yeah,
And this had to be colored too.
absolutely. Look
Yeah,
at that.
yeah, it looks like the sign is floating
That's
in the
right.
air.
Ooh.
Yeah, right. And this, honestly, this I just thought was a very handsome image, simple as it is.
Yeah.
You get the texture, you get some nice lighting.
I wonder at what point do these old trunks and things get replaced? Because at some point they're going to just fall apart.
Yeah. Is
Which
this
is a
one of
shame.
those cases of controlled disintegration
Right.
you're
Yes.
about?
Yeah. Uh, you also, looking at this, you can, man, I wonder where that trunk has been,
Yeah.
because that's made for some serious travel.
Yeah.
That's an early anvil case.
Right.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good too.
I think I go for the color in this case.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe partly because the colors are kind of subdued, and it
Yeah.
adds to the black and white thing. But yeah, because the part I like about this picture more than, well, not one of the parts I like about the picture is the barrel,
Yeah.
and the barrel doesn't change much from black and white to color.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love the look at that. It's great, and look at
Just
the
the
wood. Look at the
yeah,
wood.
the
You just don't.
bunghole.
You
Yeah,
can't.
what was in that barrel?
You can't buy new wood like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And a lot of these luggage pictures were pictures I took, in the last 10 minutes or so when
Yeah.
we were walking back across in front of the station but toward the car.
Uh
I
huh.
thought, well, we're finished, and suddenly here are a whole bunch of new things to look at.
Well, that's one of the things they say. They being them. Uh, you know, don't don't put your camera away too soon,
Yeah, right.
because that last picture that you took maybe not be the last picture.
Yeah, yeah,
And don't put it in the bag. Never have your camera out of the bag when you're walking around
yeah. You
for the
mean
same
never have
reason.
it in the
Yeah, yeah, even better. Yeah.
back?
I don't know. This has been pretty interesting to see these pictures like this
Yeah,
because they both have credibility in different categories.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Linda, same here. Wonder if you could do an exhibit with this sort of thing, color versus black and white in the same frame or something.
I don't know why not.
Yeah,
Or hanging next to each other.
yeah. That rock is probably famous, probably been in movies and everything else. This whole area used to be cowboy, you know, Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
For those of you that grew up in Southern California and are old enough, there was a movie ranch called Corriganville just down the street.
Oh, is that where this was? Yeah, I think we drove by there once,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and you can't get in, can you? Or
Oh
you
yeah.
paid
It burned down many years ago, and the foundations to all the buildings are there. But yeah, the Corriganville movie ranch was. They used to take kids from elementary school to field trips and stuff up there. It was kind of
Mhm.
neat. And then it caught fire, and that was the end of that. Now it's hiking trails, but the rock where the Lone Ranger does his thing, up on the horse.
Oh
That's
yeah.
that's there. They've got these places marked. All right, these
Some
are.
of those, some of those pictures of luggage make me think, wow, maybe it would be cool to go back to an 8 by 10 camera or have an 11 by 14 camera where you really
Oh yeah,
contact print that stuff. And I always feel like modern high megapixel cameras give you the same quality, but then again, I don't know.
well, there is that something they say about the large format look,
Yeah,
and it probably has to do with the depth of field or something.
yeah, yeah.
They look different. Now, this one, I didn't mean to get in because I did a little work on it, and I brought out the eyeballs. On
And the stop signal.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's nice. I like the sky behind it.
googly eyes. Yeah, that was the other. Thank you, honey. Oh, hi, that's Bob.
Only I can say
Hi,
that.
honey. I probably should have grouped this with your pictures, but this is the corny old picture that Harry took a whole new perspective on.
Though, there's something about the cross as an image with the name Saint on it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, it has a different kind of resonance when you look at it. When you translate Santa into
Yeah,
Saint.
yeah.
That's yeah. What did happen to Susanna there?
I'm pretty happy that the sign isn't straight up and down. Otherwise, this would have been
Yeah,
even more.
yeah. I mean, it looks like a graveyard picture almost.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. An old one, and that's why I
Yeah,
like the leaning sign.
right.
This is just eye candy. This is nothing. I just this looks nice to me. The
Yeah,
railroad tracks, the leading lines, the
yeah. I
and
like
look,
the shadow of whatever that is in the
yeah,
center, lower center,
yeah.
and it's deceptive because you. I mean, I'm looking at the light, the lamp with the curving top,
Doesn't
and
match.
that's not what the shadow is of. And there's a shadow of nothing, in the middle of the sidewalk, or
All
that's
right.
just a screen. Yeah,
The light doesn't have a shadow, but the thing you can't see has a shadow.
yeah, right. Subtle. There's another
Dog looks like
view.
he's sticking his tongue out.
Yeah,
I like yours better. The dog had a more of a what the heck have I gotten myself into look.
yeah. This looks like the dogs you see on the sidewalk.
Yeah, there they are.
Yeah, this is. Well, I like this in color.
These are just travelogue snapshots, but it's a pretty
Oh,
good place to visit. By the way, it's Santa Susana Train Depot in Simi. It's not far from where we live, anyway. Not be far from where you live, but it's a short hop, and it's a great destination on a weekend, particularly if you got kids, particularly if anybody likes trains.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
the
How often a couple went by just in the
oh yeah,
relatively short amount of time we were there.
about every 15 minutes it seems.
Yeah.
I was there on a weekend once with a buddy of mine, and they have in the what used to be the luggage area, they've got a huge HO model railroad layout, and all the guys, I guess it's a club. They maintain it, and thank you. These guys maintain it, right, and every once in a while a train would come, and they would all, with glazed eyes, go out to the ramp and watch the train go by, and then the train would leave, and they'd go back in. It was like it was the hypnotic draw of the train,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I'm familiar with airplanes, because that's the way I am with airplanes and trains to some degree too. You got to watch them.
Oh, cool.
This is where I discovered the manual focus zebras, because that's a I if I had another lens, that would have been a blurrier background. But
You know what this reminds me of?
what's that?
You, I would think the photographer would be reflected in the mirror,
Uh-huh.
but since there is no photographer reflected in the mirror, I conclude perhaps that the photographer is a vampire.
Yes, it is. He is a vampire. I know.
Neil, there was a Neil deGrasse Tyson thing the other day uh, where he said, the universe could be full of vampires, but we never know because the only way we have to photograph it is with mirrors.
Pretty good. Well, mine's mirrorless, so I would get a picture. Thank you,
Oh, your
honey.
camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's really nice. Oh, this is cool. I
This
didn't
is
see that.
this is another. I saw this, and like I said, I had just discovered this manual focus feature, so I wanted to see if I could get the screen in focus and the picture blurry. Of course, they're too close to do that, but it wasn't until I got the picture back that I could see the picture of the Indian.
Oh, no
I
kidding.
didn't. That looked completely washed out when I took the picture,
Uh,
and now look, it's fairly vivid. That's happened to
yeah,
you a couple of times. You've mentioned that, like particularly on reflections.
yeah, yeah. If I take the brightness down and things start coming out that I didn't see in the initial exposure,
Yeah,
or I didn't even see it in the scene.
I'll bet you there's
And
been uh, mystery movies written up with that idea. A
yeah,
hidden object in a photograph. You didn't know until you saw the developed picture.
yeah, yeah,
Lines.
yeah. That's a nice one.
Yeah, I like yours better.
Oh, there's the mirror.
Yeah, that's the now famous mirror.
Yeah.
This is where Kurt took the picture with the mirror. I was disappointed. It's got a little bit, but this is my new theme, the distortion, particularly square corners like that on buildings.
Uh-huh.
Could have used a little more distortion. I did
You know
like
what?
I liked your comment on the loose video where you go, "Yes, you want me to stand here while you distort?"
Did I say that?
Yeah.
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 I must have been asleep.
It just roll off the tongue, Harry.
Yeah.
Mm.
You got a much better picture of this than I did.
I was going to
Because
say
I
that.
was standing at least near the same spot. This is nice.
Well, sometimes when I'm taking a picture and it doesn't ring my bell,
Uh-huh.
because I tend to get close up on stuff, and
Yeah.
sometimes contextual, your environment sometimes adds a little, and that was exactly the case here. I took several pictures of that thing on a pole, and I
Uh-huh.
didn't like it, but backed up a little bit and
Yeah.
liked it
Now
better.
you really have leading lines and into a center area that those lights are smack in the center of the image.
Yeah. I
So
also like the things coming down from the roof. There's a whole bunch of different angles.
yeah, and even on the right hand side, the branches of the tree look like they're pointing
They're
toward that light.
pointing to the light.
Look!
Get him! Get him!
Quick before it runs
There it
away.
is. Well, there's the close up I said I didn't like.
Yeah, yeah,
But it came out
oh,
okay. I like that they're all going different directions, and
yeah.
there they are.
Well, here's
Look at
another
that.
one. Yeah, I think I like this one better than the one just before it.
Yeah, this one.
Again, yeah, you're really the I like the way all the lines are converging.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And man, you can't beat railroad tracks for leading lines.
yeah, yeah.
It's too much, I tell you.
Whoa, hey,
That was my
that's
favorite one of the day, I think.
yeah, that's very dramatic. Wow, where did all those clouds come from?
It must have been one little puffy. Because look here, this is how
Yeah,
many minutes, how many seconds was it from this one to that one?
I do not know.
Well, I can tell you, it was just I was standing there. I took this one, and I looked up and took that one.
Really?
Yeah, maybe not.
Uh,
I mean, the
yeah,
evidence.
no, I didn't see you put on any filters or
No,
anything.
the
So
evidence tells us differently. But
yeah,
I'll have to look at the the
yeah. Well,
metadata on this one.
that tells me never believe the evidence.
Well, you got a point there. But even at the most, it was only a few minutes.
Yeah,
Very,
yeah,
very few minutes.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, whoa.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, we hung in there. We hung in there. I hope they hung in there.
I don't see any more comments from Bob. Where are you,
No,
Bob?
hey Bob, you still there? Linda's hanging in there.
Yeah,
She likes it. She's always asking for more. And today we kind of doubled our normal time.
yeah.
Well, Harry, we did it again.
I would say leave them wanting less. I think we've been pretty successful today.
All right, one more time. Snappitbrothers.com. If you just leave me your name and address, I'll send you some free sticker. We couldn't sticker the train depot. That would be wrong.
Yeah. Hey, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe. We need more subscribers. You know the drill. Notifications and all that. And
Yeah. Hey, thank you.
I think we did it. Yeah. Thanks a million, everybody. We're going to be out on the loose on Wednesday. Probably the same general area, but we're going to take more pictures on Wednesday and do an on the loose video
Yeah.
for
Now that we've
Saturday.
discovered Susanna's Cafe,
Yeah.
that's going to be our center of operations
Yeah,
for
cute little
the
diner just
foreseeable
up the
future.
street,
Yeah, yeah.
and like that. So
Oh. While everybody was watching pictures, I was emptying my cup.
yeah,
So
mine's
now
empty
it's
too.
safe.
So
Yeah, same. It's safe to swing it around for a while.
well, okay, that's gonna wrap it up. Say good night, Harry. Say good morning.
Good night, Gracie. I mean, good night, Kurt.
That's a good one. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Harry. See you Wednesday.
Take care of you too. Yeah, see you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.